So welcome again, this time in English. It was about time I released a new video on jedno, domáci, let's have a homebrew. But this time I'm in Sweden on holidays with my family, so I thought let's do a special episode, not about Czech homebrewing, but about Swedish homebrewing. And I got to meet Jan from Göteborg.
That's me.
Hello Jan, thank you very much for doing it. And he was so kind to tell us something about Swedish beer culture and homebrewing culture in Sweden. So thank you Jan for hosting me. This is the first interview I do in person. And let's start with the beer. I brought you some saison with honey and pink pepper.
So. Oh, I love this sound.
This is a summer beer I made for my friends.
You want some or you want that?
No, I will have yours. This is, you said, spruce shoot.
Yep.
So this is beer with spruce shoots.
Yep.
Anything else we should know about it?
Nah, that's it.
That's it.
I mean, I've got a lot of hops as well. So
yeah.
If you have beer shoots, spur shoots only, it tastes like a Christmas tree. That's not good. That's not good.
I only had one spruce beer in my life. Oh, the color is amazing.
Mm.
And I think the dosing was overdone, and it was only spruce, and it tasted like some
a Christmas tree. Yeah.
Cough medicine.
Yeah.
Cough syrup.
This one does not, I promise you.
Okay. Cheers.
Skål.
Skål.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Mm.
This one is much better. Yeah, this is decent.
This is not so much taste to it.
It's watery.
It's a bit watery, yeah.
Yeah. It's on purpose.
Mm.
My friends wanted something for July wedding to.
That's like my summer beer, but it got too strong anyhow. But you see the nice guy on the label? That's me.
We have other beers off camera here, so. But Jan has very nice labels. This is spruce shoots, so he's shooting spruce.
Yep.
Anyway, Jan, thank you very much for doing this. Could you please introduce yourself in a couple of sentences so that the viewers know who I'm talking to?
What should I say? I'm a home brewer. I started my first batch ever in 1981. I had no idea what I was doing, and I had one simple aim in life: to get as cheap beer as possible. It tasted horrible, but yes, it did contain alcohol. So that was 81. And then 85, my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, we moved together in the same flat, and I had an accident with 25 liters beer on the floor. That meant I stopped brewing. And then I restarted when I retired 5 years ago. So it was a long break from 1985 to year 2020.
So do you see any change in the, I don't know, equipment or something?
Because I had no idea what I was doing at the time. I just read something somewhere and tried to do it. Yeah.
It seems like now you have a good idea what you're doing.
Now I have a decent idea. I'm an actually professional chemist when I work, so it comes easy to me this. Yeah.
That's a good start.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
And I told Andra before that Gothenburg is actually the beer capital of Sweden. And the reason I say that is that there's only one type of shop in Sweden allowed to sell alcohol, and that's called Systembolaget. You know what it is, yeah? And this Systembolaget in Gothenburg is the highest rate of not home brewed, but let's say microbreweries and small breweries in comparison to the big ones. Mm-hmm. So it's the highest ratio of special beers to standard industrial beer.
And do you come from here?
Yeah, I am.
Born and raised?
Born and raised? Nah, I had to admit I was born in Stockholm, the capital. And it is always this rivalry. But I'm saying that it took me 2 years to realize I should move here. I moved when I was 2.
And what about Sweden and alcohol culture in general? Is it more beer, wine, spirits? What do people like here? Because Czech Republic is 90% beer.
When I was younger, I learned about the 3 belts in Europe.
Yeah.
The vodka belt started in Iceland, Norway, Sweden, going into Finland, Estonia. And then you have the beer belt going with Ireland, this UK, Germany, Poland, Czech, and all this, and the wine belt from that's breaking up now. There is nothing that's overwhelming. The people stop drinking vodka. That's not so popular any longer.
Mm-hmm.
But beer and wine, I would say, is
beer and wine.
Yeah.
And Göteborg is more beer.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Systembolaget. I don't know if the Czech viewers know it, but in Sweden, alcohol is not available in every shop like in Czech Republic.
Only in this Systembolaget.
Could you explain a bit further how does it work? And
that's a good question. Now, there's been ever since after Second World War some restrictions on alcohol, and the government does not want us to drink a lot of alcohol. So it's one state-owned store, one in every city, of course, or more than one, that is allowed to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be 20 years old to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are even close to looking young, you have to show ID to buy it, and that's it.
That's it.
But we have also a high tax to prevent alcohol drinking. But the thing with this Systembolaget is they are the biggest single purchaser of alcohol in the world. Because they are supplying 10 million people from one company. So they get damn good prices. Meaning that the tax on alcohol is solely based on percentage, nothing else. So if you want to buy a really, really high-class wine in Sweden, it's very cheap.
Is it?
Yeah, because they buy in huge volumes. And the tax is the same for shitty, dirty wine, yeah. So it's a bit strange, yeah.
They have a good base price, the tax is high, but
Yep.
overall it's not so expensive as you would expect.
I always say a cheap wine or a cheap beer is more expensive in Sweden than an expensive beer. If you
compared to the quality.
Compared to the quality and to the rest of Europe, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. So if we want to buy cheap wine or cheap beer, we go to Germany, of course. And the opposite, if a really good wine or beer here is cheaper here than in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit hard to explain for someone who doesn't understand this stupid policy. That's the way it is.
And do I understand correctly that you can buy weak alcohol in supermarket, but not over
2.8 volume percent. Below that is okay. Yeah.
So you wouldn't buy a wine in
No, you can't.
Only Systembolaget, but you can buy non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, up to 2. I'm not sure if it's 2.5 or 2.8%. That you can buy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the limit, yeah.
It created, what do you call it, light beer? Liusol?
Yeah.
What is it called?
The translate
this is not.
It's called folköl, the people's beer. Folk. Yeah, like in folk in English.
Mm-hmm.
The people, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the government has called it, set the limit 2 point whatever it is, folköl.
Because these 2.5% beers are not usually produced in other countries. This is something typical Swedish,
unique, yeah.
Because of this law. How popular is that?
Very popular.
Is it?
Yeah, to have for dinner, because you don't get drunk.
And you don't need to go to Systembolaget.
No, exactly, yeah. And they're quite cheap.
And do you like them?
No. Cheers.
Cheers.
You like that?
I like it very much. It's the body is very, very nice.
Mm.
So I guess these are good starting conditions for homebrewing, right? Is it popular in Sweden?
Yes, really popular. A lot of people are doing it.
Do you have any idea how many people in Sweden are homebrewing?
No. No.
You don't have
No
any
idea.
organization or...
There are, but I'm not members of them.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of an oddball, because most people, they buy this nice automatic mini breweries, 20 liter, and they control them from the telephone and they program them and blah, 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 blah. That's not for me.
How do you brew?
I cook it on the stove in a 20-liter pot, yeah.
That's
The old-fashioned way.
old-fashioned way, but
And in my mind, it gets better. At least not as good as these automatic things, yeah. And I'm retired, I got my time. Why should I program something?
of course. And so I find you on Swedish homebrewing Facebook group.
Yeah. I'm a member of at least 3 of them, yeah.
So do you have any like meetings or competitions, or do you get to meet other homebrewers?
Yes, we do. But I'm not very active. But there is a Swedish championship in homebrewing going on every year, but I never participated. And I think you have to produce at least 20-30 bottles. And that's kind of a full batch for me. So no, I've never been interested. No.
Okay.
So, but I was a couple of years ago. I was in local here for Gothenburg for the period before Christmas called Advent. I'm not sure what
We call it the same.
we call it the same, yeah. And then I think it was 25 days before Christmas, this Advent. So they called together 25 brewers, and everybody came with 25 bottles, and then and split them out, so you got one back from everyone. And then every day you had to drink the one for that day, and then put in ratings, yeah.
Yeah.
And I ended up 4th, number 4.
This is good proof that you know what you're doing.
But it wasn't that one. Then I had
No, I mean in general, the beer is very
but
clean.
for that, I had made a Belgian triple. And one guy rated it the lowest rating. It was too much carbon dioxide, he said. And it's supposed to be
Triple
full.
should be
It's-
low
and
carbonated.
the idiot said, no, it's too much. That's not good. Give me the lowest rating.
Maybe
Otherwise, I would have been second. But
maybe he was just too competitive.
who knows?
Lowest rating to
Who knows?
everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, and my next question is a Belgian triple. You make spruce shoot ale.
Yeah.
What kind of beer is popular in Sweden? Among general public, but also among craft breweries or home brewers.
IPA. I would say IPA is very
Also
popular.
general public or just
No, not general public. They drink standard lager.
lager,
Yeah.
light lager.
If they go fancy, they go for some Czech beer, Krusovic or something like that. But yeah, but it's still a lager, yeah. And I never attempted brewing a lager. It's only ale. So you know the difference. Lager.
Yeah, the Czech Republic is a lager country as well. So.
You ferment at low temperature, and I ferment at room temperature, and the yeast goes basically on top, over fermented, we call it. Yeah. So I never attempted that, because then you need to control the fermentation temperature, and then you need to buy a refrigerator and thermostats and all this. And as I said, I'm not into equipment.
And you said that Gothenburg is a beer capital of Sweden.
Yeah.
If any Czech viewer, or maybe a foreigner watching this, because it will be in English and Czech as well, so anybody can watch it, travels through Göteborg, which brewery would you recommend? Which is your favorite?
I wouldn't name one. Probably got 10, 15 breweries here.
You can say a couple.
Micro, yeah, it's Stigberget. They make a very good IPA. It's called the Seagull because there's a seagull on the label. There's Ocean Brewery, they are good. There are so many, really a lot of them. And I think the quality is just that type of beer you like. I don't think one is better than the other. Stigberget I mentioned, but the others are equally good, but they all make their specialities. So it's more what you like than saying this is the best one.
But if I come here as a Czech person, I wouldn't know a thing about local brewing, so I need something to start. So Stigberget.
Yeah, that's fine. Majernas brewery is quite close to here. You have Double O, you have this one very close to here. I can't remember the name of it, but I go there by bike sometimes. Yeah.
And other parts of Sweden, do you have some favorites?
No, not really. Yeah. But they've got so many microbreweries in Sweden. So many. Every city has got at least one. At least. Very often more than one. Yeah. And here is, I think it's 10:15 in Gothenburg.
And you said that Gothenburg is the beer capital. In the Czech Republic, we have something I would dub the alcohol regions. Like most of the country is beer, but then we have a small southern part which is wine, and then the eastern part is spirits. Do you have something like that in Sweden? We went back when we were in Skåne a few days ago. We saw some vineyards, which surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you mentioned that because we're experiencing climate change.
Yeah, I suppose the vineyards weren't there.
The reason we can leave out of the discussion, but what's happening is getting warmer and warmer, and the closer to the polar circle you get, the faster this climate change is going on. Meaning that you can cultivate more and more wine in Sweden, and there's a lot the last 10 years. They spring out everywhere because suddenly you can grow grapes, which you haven't been able to before. Yeah?
So it's not just Skåne; it's also more north.
North of here is not so common, but from here and south, a lot of vineyards. And if you go very up north, it's vodka country. Mm-hmm. The top of Sweden traditionally is vodka, and then if you really go funny, tradition is what we call moonshine. You make it illegally, but not any longer, I doubt. Since we joined the European Union and you can import from abroad, the moonshine has stopped.
The moonshine is work everywhere, even in my region.
Yeah, okay.
So everybody knows that. Everybody knows who to turn to.
Yeah, exactly. Up north is like that, but not that here.
Yeah.
No.
And I just forgot the next question I had. What was it? Yeah, it was. You mentioned Systembolaget 2.5 and more.
Yeah.
Regular supermarket less. How about restaurants? Do you get alcohol in restaurants, or is it limited?
They need a permit to sell alcohol, and to get that permit, you need to sell food. If you don't sell food, you're not allowed to sell alcohol.
So you don't have a regular just bar with beer and spirits?
No, they must sell food as well.
Does it have to be warm, or can it be just pretzels?
No, I think it's got to be warm. They need to have a kitchen.
Okay,
but
okay.
If they sell something, that's more debatable, but they need to have a kitchen, yeah. But otherwise you can get anything in the restaurant. Anything. And the culture in Sweden has changed so much. When I started with this homebrewing in the 80s, and I joined the Swedish Beer Making Federation, something like that, yeah. And then I moved abroad for 7 years, and I came back. And when I moved, they had a list of 10 points that they wanted Systembolaget to implement, and when I came back, all 10 had been implemented. Because before I left, Systembolaget was not allowed to sell beer stronger than 4.5%.
So you could only get 2.5 in the shop
up till 1990, something like that.
And 4.5 in the country.
And
even in the pub, or in the pub?
Nowhere.
So it's just 4.5.
When I came back 7 years later, 1997, all that was released. Yeah, much better. So we are getting there.
Well, in Belgium, 4.5 is where
water.
They start.
It's water. It's water, yeah.
Okay. And do you have any restriction as homebrewers in Sweden? Do you have to follow any rules?
None whatsoever, but we are under any circumstances absolutely not allowed to sell anything. Strictly forbidden to sell.
Yeah. But otherwise,
no restriction.
You don't have to keep it to 2.5.
No. But the restriction is that you cannot distill it.
Yeah.
That is strictly illegal. But having said all this, very recently, like 1st of July, the government implemented a new law saying that maybe not a homebrewer, but a microbrewery is allowed to sell directly to the general public.
They were not allowed before?
No.
Okay.
Only through Systembolaget. So this is the first time. But there are strong restrictions. You have to first participate in an activity, like a guided tour of the facilities, and then you have to get some information of how dangerous it is to drink alcohol, and then you can buy maximum 3 liters. or whatever, 3 bottles or what, I'm not sure.
But I guess they are allowed to run their own pubs or something. Suppose that they sell warm food as well.
No. This is separate. You don't have to sell any food or anything like that. But it's a restriction. I think it's 3 liters or 3 bottles. And this is from 1st of July this year, so it's very new.
Wow.
And Gothenburg we got a local government here that's against alcohol, so they haven't granted any permits for anyone yet. But other parts of Sweden, yes, they have.
Okay.
But strong restrictions. You need to have a guided tour. You have to give information on alcohol, and then you can sell a fixed amount, and only before a certain time in the evening as well.
So it seems like the government really wants you not to drink too much alcohol.
Correct. Correct.
Which objectively is beneficial, I have to say.
You can't argue against it.
Do you think it works? Do Swedes drink less than other countries in the region?
Officially, yes, because you can look at what Systembolaget is selling.
Yeah.
But
you are not.
You have home breweries, and of course that's not controlled. But then you have people who got nothing else to do than drive down to Germany once per week and fill the car with alcohol and drive back and sell it illegally. And no one knows how much that is.
Yeah.
So that is out of the statistics, so we don't know.
Yeah.
But if you don't count that, we don't drink a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But how much is coming in illegally?
Impossible
it's not illegally to go to Germany and buy it. You can import 100 liters per trip, provided you can prove what you're going to do with it. It's solely for your own consumption. And if I go there and say, I'm going to drink 100 liters this week, it's not going to work. You have to have a good reason, yeah?
There is no customs, so nobody would notice that.
There is customs.
Is there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
And they look at the car, how heavy loaded it is. If the headlights are pointing up like that, they stop them.
So there's customs on the Öresund Bridge?
Yeah.
Or on the ferries?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought that since both countries are in the European Union,
there's still customs here.
Yeah.
For alcohol, yeah. And narcotics.
Mm-hmm.
They are allowed to look for it, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you want to do legal distilled alcohol in Sweden, do you have any possibility to take it to a certified distillery? And for example, in the Czech Republic, you can make a fruit wort. Let's say, I don't know English.
I understand. Yeah.
And you can take it to a distillery. They will distill it for you. You wouldn't distill it yourself, so that you don't have any methyl alcohol and so on. But you can only do it with fruit, not with barley. Let's say you can't make whiskey in the Czech Republic. Do you have anything like that? Or?
No.
So the only way to produce whiskey or cognac or vodka is moonshining.
No, you can apply for a permit to make it and then sell it to Systembolaget.
Yeah, but if you want to
do
just
you can do.
Homemade,
no, you cannot. But you can sell it to Systembolaget, and as a home brewer, if microbrewery can sell to Systembolaget. But I know a guy that I know quite well who said the last fun I had making beer was the last batch I made before I went professional. I went to Systembolaget because then hell broke loose. Every batch has got exactly the same alcohol content, and the label should sit exactly one way, and everything should be perfect. And if something is not correct, they just return the batch saying sorry.
And how difficult is it to go professional in Sweden? In the Czech Republic, you have to have brewing school, brewing license?
No. But you have to your premises approved. But they look at the floor, if
hygiene.
It's hygiene floor and everything hygiene, and it's a lot of investment.
But nobody checks if you know the craft.
No.
Okay. So it's a bit easier then.
So that point of view, they don't care what taste you produce. That's your problem. But hygiene and all this and layout, and that's very strict. Okay. And consistent quality for selling to Systembolaget. You can't have 3.1% on that batch and 3.2 on next batch. Sorry, not allowed.
And Systembolaget is a state-run company.
Yeah.
Do they have the right to refuse to buy from you if you have the license, or do they have to accept everything? Who controls what is on the shelf in the shop?
They are purchasers.
They have purchases.
And they taste and say, "Yeah, we like this, we buy it."
So if you start a microbrewery and your beer is not good, Systembolaget will not buy it. You couldn't sell direct to the customer up until this year, so you wouldn't have anybody to sell.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe export it to Germany, or
Yeah, that maybe that I don't know. But Systembolaget, they don't have to buy.
they have full control.
They have full control. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very tough going professional. Very tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this makes it.
And no one makes any profit on it. No one. On the microbreweries, there's no profit. No.
So just to make living, and that's it.
Yeah. I'm saying it's only dreamers that try to do it. They think I love this so much, and at the end it's a nightmare for them. Sorry to say, but it is. Yeah. This is so much more fun.
Of course.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about sales.
Yeah. And they go bankrupt once in a while, these microbreweries, and then someone else buys the equipment cheap and they restart, and then they go bankrupt. And nightmare.
Jan, I try to make things short.
Yeah.
Is there anything you feel like we should mention? I didn't ask about Sweden and alcohol, beer.
No, you asked so much. What can I say?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Yeah.
We'll finish it off camera.
Off camera, okay. Yeah.
And
And then
skål.
Skål.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.